Howdy. So I don't use my light box very much, but I just got this little package that I paid about 50 bucks for from the New York City area, and I'm opening it for you to see. Now, there are probably some really cool pieces, and I have my Presidium tester nearby to see what we have here. Now, I'm going to take this out so that I can take the pieces out one by one so that it doesn't take up room. And we'll finish unwrapping this piece, and we'll see what's in here. Okay, so there's a number of pins, and these are the first two. Okay, and I will tell you what I'm seeing here. These are all older. This one, I think, is probably from after World War II. Or maybe just before. It's only missing one rhinestone. These feel like they're actual glass rhinestones. I don't think this is as super old as it looks. It could be, but these it looks like there might be some type of coating on it in addition to tarnish, but maybe not. You know, this could be. But I don't see anything. But this is a nice vintage piece. Now we have this one here. Now this one, to me, is very promising, and it is marked 10 karat. I can see that right there. Let's see if I can get it on the light box. So, and then this stone. Let's see if this is an actual stone, because this looks to be, I would say, somewhere. This looks very deco-ish, but it looks like it's transitional between maybe Nouveau. And we will tap it, see what it does. Hold on, hold still. Sometimes you accidentally tap the metal. Wait, is that a diamond? Wait, I think it's just a sapphire. I don't want it to slip. Yes, this is a sapphire. It must be very well cut because it has a lot of fire, and it's gold. And this could be, I will look at it carefully, but it looks like this could even be natural. There seems to be some natural inclusion forming in there. Now we'll go open up the next one after I set down the wand. Oh, so this popped right out. Okay, so this is closed. This looks like it might be very well sterling, and yeah, it's marked sterling. Let me carefully open this. These kinds of clasps here are a good sign. But some people, I'm standing good ways away, but I actually have a very good eye for this kind of thing, and it's right by my thumb is where it is marked sterling. And these look rhinestone-y, but the color, this could be because of the aging of the foil. Let's see if it does anything. Sometimes they will even foil goshenite, or they could be pokey diamonds, which are lower quality diamonds made to look better using foil. No, this is just vintage glass rhinestone. But this is a very nice piece. Probably from maybe the 1930s, something like that. Maybe. It's very simple. It might be from the 60s or 50s, but the construction with that type of clasp and the way it is stamped on there looks to me to be very old. So let's go to the next one. Okay, now this rest of this stuff, I'm not as super as excited. Okay, I didn't finish opening this one. Excuse me. When I'm doing this stuff, I kind of get excited. So this is the one where it says gold top. Now, sometimes what they will do is they will put a layer of gold, and then they will have resined it, and then they will have a plated bottom. And if you look, there is some type of a coating on there. In the olden days, they would do that, and they would seal it in. Or it could be gold rolled or filled on the top. And I'm trying to look for, because it could be, something like this could be older. And 1915, I think, is when we had official stamping things. And it's unusual and later pieces that you would not mark the caratage, even if it was plated or rolled. But it doesn't look gold. And this probably this is kind of has deco elements like these things, but then this flower arrangement here is very Nouveau, and then some of this is almost Titanic era. So I'm going to say somewhere between the late 1920s to like 19 like maybe even earlier, like to 1915. But I'll do more research on these pieces to try to see exactly what they are. Now this one is interesting because the way this pin is here and the shape there, but it's oxidized, but that doesn't automatically mean something is not gold, because you had you had a lot of that has to be carefully taken back out. Low carat gold, like from Europe, can oxidize, especially if it's up against something or it has exposure, because remember, gold is an alloy unless it's 24 karat. So if it says 14 karat or 10 karat, and that means copper. That one, I would say, is probably before World War II because of the clasp. These can be interesting, and this one, what I noticed is the way it was structured like that. Now, does it say anything? I don't like that. That looks like it could be through base metal, but that's really more dirt. So I don't see. So this one I may have to figure out because it's older and it's hard to tell if it's anything at all. But it is an older piece, and if you look at it, it's not just like a safety pin. It's actually has a design right across there. It has a scrolling, and the scrolling kind of looks Art Nouveau. It probably is rolled gold, but it's hard to say. This is another one. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that is dirt, because it's hard, because this could be both oxide or dirt, and I probably shouldn't do it like that. I'll smell it. I'm gonna say that it's probably rolled gold, but I'm still unsure, because smokers can, the way that back looks so square. So now we will go to this next one. And this is very exciting. And the best way to buy fractional gold, by the way, is to get used pieces. If you don't want to overpay, you buy used. And if you buy like little crosses and things, you can buy fractional gold that's at a smaller weight and not pay huge premiums, and basically sometimes pay less or even just the metal price. This to me is probably like a rolled gold thing. It's probably not 70s with the diamond. It's probably older because of this arrangement. It's probably like the 1920s to 19 teens. But with that thing, I think it's probably more deco and later. But that's not going to be pure because you can see ether. This one is interesting because it's so plain. And it has the old clasp to it, the old style. And there's a stamping. I believe I can see some type of K on there. So I'm going to say that this is gold because there's like a K. And it actually, if it does pass testing, there's a little bit of weight there. So this could even be 9 karat, and there would be, with a thickness, it would be a decent amount of gold. This one has a simple design. It probably had like a pearl or a bead that hung down there at one time. Maybe something with a stone on it. But it has the back of this, the way this is machined right here. This is not super old like some of the others, I do not believe. And there's I think some of this is from too much copper. So I'm going to say that this is probably a filled piece. It's probably not electroplate, but I will have to figure that out later. I've been around jewelry and fine watches and studying them. I was never in the business, but since I was a boy, and I learned from some really great people, and I bought all around the world and been collecting for a very long time. And let's pull this up for a second so that I can see something. I can't really see something because of the way this is bent. But it has some kind of maker's mark. And I don't think that says 925. I'm going to think that this could be gold. I'm going to see if this stone is anything, or if this is glass, because even in real jewelry, like in the back then, they would have glass in real pieces and rhinestones, and sometimes next to actual sapphires. So this is going to be, my thinking is this is going to be some type of coated silver, or maybe even a low carat gold. Something, it doesn't have an 8 with the first number, so I don't think it's the silver, like, silver from Scandinavia, and then it has another number and a 3. So I will have to carefully fix this bent piece so that I can pull this out and read that number more carefully. This one is interesting. This is either oxidized gold, which I'm not sure of. To me, the question, I mean, this is going to be a great piece for someone that would want something like this. I'm not a reseller, but sometimes something, but this is a cool piece, and I think this is probably this is either re-inspired, or this is from the 1800s, late 1800s, or maybe even to Victorian. And this is going to be glass, and so the fact that it was not coated like what you would see later with a rhinestone, and this is a very old piece and it has the old style clasp. What's the matter? Oh, battery saver. Is it still recording? Okay, good. So we're gonna have we're gonna open up this little box. Okay, that's, never mind. That was the lid. So we got this other thing here, and this is the thing we got. We got this other thing in here, and my voice is suffering today. Let's see what's in this little box. This little vintage box. Okay. Ooh, what was that? Okay, so that's like a back to an earring or something. I don't know why that's in there because there are no earrings in this thing. But whatever. We'll figure that out some other time. So I got more of these brooches now. Oh gosh, so this one, there seems to be a gold marking here. So this could be oxidized gold, and I paid, like $50 for this whole thing. There might be a stamping in here somewhere. It's hard to see, but I'm gonna say that's probably rolled gold, like similar to gold filled. This is close to some of the other ones, but it's not exact. It was probably to match, but it's, if you look at how the machining, how it's enclosed like that, this is older. This could be rolled over silver or low carat gold, but I can't find any stamping on it. But remember, American pieces before 1915 sometimes won't mark. This one, it looks like old gold. It looks like what happens when you sometimes see old gold. It feels soft, but I'm going to have to look at it more carefully. These are really old pieces. And then we got the last one. I think this is the last one. And it has some scrolling on it. It's well made. This has to be carefully pulled up, that right there, and carefully put into place. But this is not gold on here. Sometimes this part could be. So I'm going to have to look. But these are old pieces. So I'm going to put these all down so that we can all see them together, what $50 bought. And it's quite a big lot, really. I mean, you couldn't buy one of these pieces, one piece of fake jewelry, like Walmart jewelry, at a thrift store. In most cases, in most thrift stores, for for the average price when you average these out. And these are all very old pieces, nearly antique to antique, and some of them are real gold and real silver. It's just, you get this stuff, you just have to be a very good shopper. So I think we got one more piece. Yes, not least but not last, but the better one. The gold one with the sapphire on it. It's just, I'll show you, it's just an incredible piece. And I saw that piece when it was listed, and I was like, wow, I've got to buy that. And I was very sure that it was gold. I can't be at 100%, but that's it. So thank you, Jennifer, and you can stop it.